What's going on, everyone? Happy Thursday to everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy. If you had to take a COVID test, hopefully you have tested negative. It is time now for the Thursday edition of the Pandemic Update for Thursday, August 17th, 2023. Today, starting off with England. England has had a hospitalization increase, and it has now increased by 20% in 1 week. You can see here it is rising pretty quickly here on this chart. This was tweeted out by Corona Heads Up. Then we come back here to the United States. Hampton County Sheriff, this is in Massachusetts, is going to miss the annual cookout after testing positive for COVID-19. You can see him right here. And yet again, COVID is continuing to spread in the United States. Alrighty, taking a look at this now, you can see here, this is air quality. And we've had some concerning air quality as of lately. Let's see if that's continuing to be the case today. It is. As you can see here, there are a lot of places with yellow now. Yellow has really started to spread. Even in the east there's yellow, but the Pacific Northwest, this is really concerning. You're seeing reds, maroons, even some purples. That's some really dangerous air qualities. Taking a look here in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, concerning air qualities for you as well. California and Oregon, it continues to be concerning, but as we head into this weekend and the start of next week, that's going to change because there is a hurricane out there that will probably remain intact when it gets to California. It's going to be a tropical storm when it gets to California, but it's something we are going to be talking about over the next several days over on my climate channel. You can see here I have a weather channel called Climate Data Report. Not certain if we'll get something out this afternoon. I think we'll at least get a short out on this channel. I hope to get a full climate update out on this channel tomorrow. Very important that we do so because, again, there's a historical event headed for Southern California. If you know anyone in Southern California, give them a heads up that, hey, they're going to be seeing a ton of rainfall. Alrighty, moving on to this. We have several things from HubBub World today. Remember yesterday we were talking about that new variant we thought was to be BA 2.6? Well, now there's this. Apparently, it is not going to be called a BA 2.6, or excuse me, a BA.6. It is going to be called BA 2.86. I know it's a little bit of a tongue twister with all these different BA point this, XBB that, but that's the name that it's going to be given by PanGo Network. And this is something we are really starting to get a little bit more concerned about now. It's showing up in Israel, it's showing up in Denmark, and yes, surprise, now it's showing up randomly in Michigan. Yep, that's right, you heard me correctly. It has now shown up in Michigan, so this is something that's not good. And then the WHO now says it is going to be a variant that they are going to be keeping track of. And hopefully we get some more surveillance. I mean, we don't do a lot of sequencing in this country, and it's a real problem. There's not a lot of sequencing around the world. We only sequence a very small number of cases, and I think that number, or at least I believe that number, has probably dropped since the pandemic emergency has ended. And then there is this from HubHub World. Michigan COVID-19 weekly forecast for August 17th. Detroit, Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Flint, and Ann Arbor have moderate local prevalence at under 12 area, but increasing. Watch out for any rapid spread from the new BA.2.86 variant. Real-time updates at their website. We'll get to their map in just a moment. Taking a look here, Southern California does have some rising. You can see here, Long Beach, 109 people within a 5-minute walk. That's not good. And then you can see Anaheim, Riverside, Bakersfield. They have rising positivity, rising hospitalizations. I mean, if you're in California, you're getting a double bubble. You're not only having rising COVID, but again, like I said, there is going to be a fairly significant storm system out there, a tropical system. So let's take a look at the HubHub World map, shall we? And we can see across the country there are a few concerning areas. And right off the bat, you can see Southwest United States, it's concerning. Florida, look at that. You can see here there's some pretty high areas down in Florida for COVID. and other stuff as well. And then we take a look here at the Mid-Atlantic up through the Northeast. The I-95 corridor is really concerning. So let's click on, I don't know, let's just do a few. We saw California on the map. Let's start off with Florida. And you'll see when we click on Florida, there it goes. You can see there is 29 people within a 5-minute walk down by Miami. Fort Lauderdale is also increasing, or relatively concerning, I should say. And let's take a look at influenza-like illness. And not too bad for influenza-like illness. I could have sworn this was worse last week. But hey, take a look at this here. You can see here, there are some concerning moderate to high areas. Anything that's in blue or purple, it's more so the blue, that is higher than what their chart goes. So that's not good. Flu, not terrible. RSV, not terrible. Although there is some moderate prevalence of that down by Miami at this time. Now let's go up to New York and New Jersey. We'll do New Jersey first. You can see RSV is not bad in New Jersey. Flu is not bad. COVID. Yes, there are some COVID problems in New Jersey. Look at this. Up in North Jersey, there's 110 area. Up near New York City, like Jersey City, Newark, that area. Yeah, that's not good at all. You can see even in South Jersey, down near Camden, it is getting rather high at this time. And influenza-like illness, look at this. You have really high numbers for that. Up, 141, closer to New York City. That's not good to see. Speaking of New York, let's take a look at New York. What's going on there? Down by New York is the highest numbers for influenza-like illness. And let's take a look at COVID-19. COVID-19, whoa. Did I just now see a 1606 area? Yeah, 1,606 people could be contagious within a 5-minute walk of an area. Let's come down here to Pennsylvania. That's my state. Here we go. 90 in Philadelphia with COVID-19 within a 5-minute walk. That's not good. Delaware County's not good. Chester County. We'll have to keep our eyes on Center County because Penn State University does go back. Let's go out to Washington State, shall we? You can see here in the Seattle area, there are some moderate concerns for COVID. How about influenza-like illness? That's closer moderate to high. Flu, not an issue. And RSV is not an issue. Let's also do Illinois, shall we? Coming back up here. Here's Illinois. And we'll do some more of these probably over the weekend because it is very important that we take a look at this data. You can see here RSV, not an issue. Flu, not an issue. Flu is almost a moderate issue now near Chicago, so that's interesting. COVID-19, moderate to near high in Chicago. And, of course, influenza-like illness. It's up to 15 contagious people within a 5-minute walk. So there you go. We did a few states from Hub Hub World today. We'll do some more over the weekend, as long as it's not a busy news day. Taking a look at the national positivity trends here, and you can see here, any state in red is rising at this time. 43.4% positivity is the current week positivity. The prior week is 44.2%. Total testing, there's 3,140 tests this week versus 2,899, which was done last week. Then we come over here to, let's see, what do we want to do next? CDC wastewater surveillance. You can see here, 136 orange sites, 25 red sites, orange and red being high. And as you can see here, on the map, there's quite a bit of coloring showing up. We'll get a new update on this again tomorrow. And now let's go over here, take a look at the variants. This is the last day we're going to see these numbers, because these numbers will hopefully change tomorrow. It's scheduled to update tomorrow. Will this new variant show up in the data yet? I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. EG.5 is 17.3%, and the other variant that also can be concerning because it's dominating in New York region and New Jersey, FL 1.5.1. Speaking of New York and New Jersey, let's take a look at New Jersey's hospitalizations. Yes, surprise, they dropped today. 311 people in the hospital, 69 out of 70 hospitals reporting. 10 people are on a ventilator. ICUs, 31 people in the ICU at this time. All right, taking a look at Philadelphia's daily EMS totals, 773 incidents were recorded yesterday. Live looking at Montgomery County, let's refresh this, and you can see there were 11 EMS incidents at this time right now, the time of recording, which is 4:30. Taking a look at Chester County, not terrible right now. It was a little bit busier earlier, but I don't like seeing cardiac arrest, hemorrhaging, unconscious person, heart problems. We passed an ambulance this morning in Montgomery County. We looked it up. It was an unconscious person. So, I mean, things do happen. Alrighty, let's take a look at New York State now. 1,328 new cases today. The positivity is at 14%. 7-day average is at 13.5%. That's not good. 14% positivity, that's not something we like to see. But there is a tiny bit of good news. The hospitalizations in New York State today, they're down ever so slightly, but again, higher than any point from last week. 934 people in the hospital, 84 people in the ICU at this time. Alrighty, now, we do have Ohio numbers. And Ohio last week reported 4,226 new cases. That is a significant rise. The previous week before, they reported 2,991. They added 95 hospitalizations. They don't do a total number of active hospitals. They do it differently. They do pandemic total hospitalizations, which, quite frankly, I don't understand why they do it that way. Last week, it looks like they reported 8 deaths, 3 ICU admissions. The average is 4. So yes, there's your Ohio numbers for this week. And drum roll please, did we get California yet? I have to refresh this. I've been waiting all day for California. No, we did not get California yet. Remember, it's a 3-hour difference out the West Coast. It's 4:34 here on the East Coast. Out in the West, it's 1:34, so eventually California will come in. I hope to add it into tomorrow's update. And remember, tomorrow we will get the variant proportion update. I don't know that I will be doing a variant update tomorrow. I'll show the new numbers in tomorrow's video. If I don't, maybe we'll do one on Saturday. I don't know. We'll just have to see. It depends. Are all the regions going to actually be fulfilled in the update? Because if you recall, last update, there were several regions that had data missing, which is just an absolute disgrace, if you ask me. All right, taking a look at Colorado. Colorado reported 752 cases this week. That is down by 201 cases. So that's actually good to see Colorado cases dropped a little bit. It says hospital admissions. They actually went up a little bit. I think there's not enough testing going on in Colorado. And hospital admissions, there were 113. The 7-day moving average of cases is 107. And does it talk about deaths here? I'm not seeing deaths on here. Let's see here. Maybe it has CDC provisional deaths. Let's see. Can we get some death data out of Colorado? I guess we can. Yes, they have total deaths. So Colorado has 14,755 deaths among COVID. And then it says deaths due to COVID, which is a different number. It says 15,309. Since the pandemic started, Colorado had 78,851 people in the hospital. Alrighty, let's take a look at Texas. Texas had new numbers yesterday. It was 14,632 cases were reported. That was higher than the previous week's number of 11,802. That was up by 2,830, so that's not good to see. Deaths were 21 versus 13, 8 higher. And then hospitalized COVID-19 cases. There were 992 of them. The previous week was 860. It says average COVID-19 cases, several. Our hospitalized case, yeah, that's actually going up as well. So the average actually increased by 108. So overall, the numbers are going up still in Texas, even though we're in the middle of August, which is unusual for summer. So this is showing you that these new variants, they are causing there to be a surge, specifically the EG.5, and EG.5 is not done rising yet, so therefore the cases are not done rising yet. This is not good to see what's going on down in Texas. And let's quickly do a few international countries. I know we missed a few news stories today. I should note to you that there was a news story about a flight where the pilot, I guess he was flying the plane. I don't know. He was the pilot of the plane. Passed out in the bathroom and passed away with all the passengers on board. Yes. I mean, this is just totally ridiculous. Check my Twitter account. I did share that story. I forgot to pull it up for today's pandemic update, but I just wanted to make mention of that. How concerning is that? I'll be fully honest with you. I'm going to say it right now. I don't know that I'll ever fly again. Now, you may call me fear-mongering for saying that, but personally, I feel I may never fly again. All right, taking a look at some international cases here. Brazil cases are down 10%. Deaths are up 23%. New Zealand cases down 21%. Russia cases are up slightly. And then we do want to, okay, this is all countries. Italy cases are down 85%. Chile cases are up 21%. Switzerland cases are up 62%. Mako cases are up 19%. Bolivia cases are up 9%. Thailand cases up 19%. And then we come down to Bulgaria, cases up 7%. Denmark, cases are now up 50%. Deaths are up 67%. Very important we watch Denmark. It's also important that we watch Israel. Let's find Israel here. Let's see, Israel. Well, okay, we'll see Israel in the coming days, but remember that that new BA subvariant or variant, whatever it's going to be, it is present in Denmark and Israel at this time. And we'll just do one more country. Syria is up 24% on cases. Alrighty, I do have a note for today. The note is, back to college is coming. Football season is coming. Labor Day weekend's only a few short weeks away. We're on the rise with the EG.5 NFL 1.5.1 variant, and we are soon going to get, I have to go back here because I already forget the name of the variant, BA 2.86. Should that start spreading to each individual state? It's doing so at a very bad time. Universities are going back. The first week of college is known as syllabus week at some colleges. Some are probably saying, what's the syllabus week? Okay, on the first week of college, now mind you, I didn't go to college, but I know about this. I was an Uber driver. I know how these things work. The first week of college, students just skip the orientation with the professor. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Instead, they go out and have party time. The lines at the bars get really long. It'll happen up at Penn State. It'll happen at colleges across the country. Is it a thing at your university? I don't know, but I have witnessed it. A lot of partying going on. There's a lot of high-risky COVID activity going on. You know, ooh, new season, let's have a frat party, this and that. It's going to be a really dangerous period of time because when you have COVID cases spreading in a university setting, you have to understand something. A lot of these college towns, you have people that live surrounding the area that come to work in those areas. They come to work at the universities, and that is going to spread COVID cases. It just won't only keep locked to the universities. It'll spread to the businesses. They'll take it home to their families. Then they'll spread it to their workplaces, and it'll just domino effect. It'll be like a spider web. It'll just be a chain reaction that goes on. And the worst time for this to happen is when we're on the upside of new variants. So this has potential to be a fairly significant wave. They can call it uptick all they want. I think they'll have to revise that. These waves that we're seeing right now, we're seeing one wave from EG.5 and FL 1.5.1. I think there's going to be future waves. Sometimes with the variant, we'll get a second wave. We've seen it happen before, and I think we're going to see a surge on top of a surge with all this risky behavior. Not to mention, many universities get these big football games. I'll give you a prime example. Penn State University, when football starts back up, it'll be over, most games will be over 100,000 fans. In rare cases, they can get up to 110,000 fans, not including some of these tailgaters that will not go into the stadiums. Let's also put it to you this way. NFL's coming back in the major cities across the U.S. That's also going to be a big spread for COVID cases. So just be aware of these things. We're on the upside of a variant right now. We're going to get new variant data tomorrow, and I'm concerned. We know outdoor transmission can happen, so this is a relatively concerning time frame, and I think we're likely to see some places where, out of nowhere, hospitalizations just suddenly go from low to like, whoa, they double from where they are right now. Same thing with positivity in cases. So the next month is really, from now through the middle of September, is going to be a really rocky time period. Plus, we have the wild card. What does BA 2.86 mean? What does it do? It's too soon to say. We don't know a lot of information about it yet, but right now I'm calling the next month a risky period. We'll reassess this daily. We do the pandemic update most days of the week. We do wastewater on Sunday. We'll be watching that. So right now, yeah, again, this is a really risky period, at least for the next month. And trust me, it's more than likely when we come to a month from now on September 17th, that's good. It's going to be extended beyond that point. It's going to continue to be risky. I think what we're going to probably see happen is eventually it'll drop a little bit. It won't go back to the low levels. Then it'll rise again, higher than last time. Drop, won't be as low as last time. And you know what we saw at the end of last year. So, alrighty, folks, that does for today's pandemic update. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, subscribe to my channel down below. If you know anyone that needs a wake-up call if the pandemic's not over, by all means, share this information with them. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to share with you some new data out of California. Who knows, maybe a few other states as well. Alrighty, guys, I'll see you all again next time. Until I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone, and have a great afternoon.